after battling fierce storms off the coast of Java and both my electronic auto tillers failing. I was forced to accept my fate and turn back to run back some 250 nautical miles to Bali and on to Lombok. Hello. We just arrived here and anchored back at Lovina, Bali. Pretty lumpy spot. No good options on this coast. And on No Foreign Land app, I found a WhatsApp number for a dude who could deliver fuel to the boat. Contacted him on my passage over and arranged for him to bring me 2 jerry jugs of Dex Light diesel, which is the mid-grade. So like 10 gallons or 40 liters. He said he would charge me 800,000, which is like 50 bucks US. So about $5 a gallon. Delivered out here, not bad. It's kind of a bargain for me to not have to put the dinghy in the water and the outboard in these conditions and everything, and then go find a way to get to town. I think it's a fair price. So he's gonna bring that fuel up. Now my concern with this is always like, I don't know that dude. Is he gonna try to bring me like the really low grade fuel? So the first bit I'm gonna actually put into this clear jug so I can see the color, because I know what Dex Light's supposed to look like. Like Dex looks like clear, like kind of US diesel, and it's very expensive. And then Dex Light is like a little bit darker, and then Solar, which is the really cheap fuel here that's like really bad and will clog up all your filters. It's like the color of coffee. So we're gonna see what the color is. And if it's too dark, I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, I'm good. But since somebody else said he did a good job and brought them Dex, which is what they ordered, we have some sort of reference from a yachty on No Foreign Land anyway. So we'll see. He just said he was gonna head out in his boat, so wait for that. So that dude showed up in a boat, pulled alongside, asked again how much I wanted. I said I wanted 2 jerry jugs full. He's like, oh, do you have the jugs? And I was like, yeah. I handed him my jugs. He's like, okay, can you hand me the money? I said, no, absolutely not. I'll give you the money when you bring my jugs and my diesel back. And then he spoke to the other dude in the boat in Indonesia, and it was like, oh, well, we don't have the money to get the diesel. And I was like, then give me my jugs back. I was like, I'm good. I'll figure something else out. And he was like, you know, kind of hesitated. I was like, give me my jugs. And he handed them back to me. He's like, sorry, we just don't, you know, how long are you gonna be here? I was like, I'm leaving in the morning, first thing. But, you know, I'm not giving my nice jerry jugs and then, you know, almost $1 million Indonesian dollars, which is like, you know, it was 800 is what he was asking, which is like 50 bucks. I don't think so. Not a chance. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get diesel. I should have enough. I do have enough, but I like to have way more than enough. It's stressful. So, that was today's adventure. The engine sounds like it's having trouble, like it's laboring. So I'm gonna dive on the prop and see if there's something wrapped around the prop shaft creating resistance. So much rubbish in the water, I wouldn't be surprised if there was. I guess I'll drop the main. I don't think it's necessary, but since I'm alone, it probably makes the most safety sense. We're in a little bit of a current. Looks like about a knot of a current. So I'm for sure gonna tie myself off, put my swim ladder down, and jump over. But I'll go ahead and drop the main and get in the water. There's plastic wrapped around it, a little bit on the rudder too. Let's see if I can get that freed up. We'll see if that does it. Sounds good so far. The weird vibration is gone. Doesn't feel labored. She feels good, and it's amazing that this small amount of plastic wrapped tightly around the prop shaft right against the cutlass bearing can create enough resistance to like put you in a world of hurt. So stoked I went ahead and dove on it, and but it's like there's just rubbish everywhere. So it's like, I guess anytime from now on, if I feel weird vibration, I'll remember this and dive on it and peekaboo. But oh, here you go, look. So, Indonesia. So, I'm glad that that was that, and we'll see how she does the rest of the day. We have 24 nautical miles left to our intended destination. After I pulled the plastic off, the engine sounded good the rest of the day, no more vibration, sounded strong. And we pushed on, had a little bit of crazy, kind of an invisible squall that hit. It was just like tons of wind with no clouds associated whatsoever. It was super weird. It was like lasted 20 minutes, 15 knots of wind on the nose out of the like southeast, which is like the wrong direction for this season. It was super weird. But blew over, and then it was calm, and we kept going. This anchorage leaves something to be desired. Have the roll stabilizer out. Hopefully it's my last super gnarly exposed anchorage of the season. See that? That is ridiculous. I have to sleep sideways in the V-berth in spots like this. Tomorrow we push across the channel, which has like between a 2 and a 2.7 knot current. I kind of expect us to get swept almost above Lombok and have to drive back in the protection of its coast out of the current. I think I can make it across most of the channel before it really ramps up after noon. But again, I don't know what kind of angle I can cut. Like, as the albatross flies, it's, I guess here it'd be as the booby flies, it's 31 miles. And the closest point of land, closest anchorage is 26 straight across. But with that current, I don't know what it's gonna do to us. So, we'll see. Tomorrow's gonna be kind of gnarly. But just a couple, you know, if we can manage to push through tomorrow, then we're safely at Marina del Rey Marina for a long while. I desperately want and need that. Otherwise, we'll find some anchorage to stop in, or we'll stop at Medina Marina at the top of Lombok where I've been before, because that's out of the current, and then we'll push on down to Marina del Rey when it makes sense with the current. So that's where we're at. Ahmed, Bali, Indonesia. All right, well, we're underway. We're doing like 5 knots right now with the current, this counter current that runs up the coast. And I'm wondering when we'll hit the main current. I can see a disturbance in the water, and we'll see. Maybe we're about to hit it, we'll see. Enough wind, I'm able to kill the engine and just sail. We're still doing between 4 and 5 knots. As long as we don't get down to 3 knots, I'll keep the engine off. We're still in the current, but there's no way that it's a 2.5 knot current like it was forecasted. So, that's good. Pretty feisty sail though. So I've been here at Marina del Rey on Gili Gede Island near Lombok for about a week and a half, maybe just shy of 2 weeks. Licking my wounds, enjoying that marina life, took a shower, clean hair. There's also a couple of restaurants here. There's one really good one owned by this Frenchman, Alain, and his wife, who is Sumatran. Fantastic food over there, so it's been nice to eat food cooked by somebody else, and really good food at that. But mostly I've just been like trying to recuperate, and I got a ton of video editing done, so that was good because I was mega behind on all that work. But now it's time for me to head out. So tomorrow I'm going to take the fast boat to Bali, and I'll be in Bali about a month, and then I'm going to head to Bangkok, where I have like booked a week stay at a hotel, and then I don't know where I'm going to be. I had originally planned on having the boat in Malaysia by now, and at that point I was planning on going to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, so I think I'm just going to kind of stick to that plan. I'm staying in Bali for a month because it's super cheap, and I have about 30 days until my visa expires, so I'm just going to chill out. Like I said, keep resting and recuperating a little bit from the season. I did over 6,000 miles this year, and just kind of like insane pushes. Been a really hard year, both from a cruising standpoint and everything, with Rhonda leaving and everything, and Rhonda being here because she was unhappy, so it was like pretty difficult at times, not always. But so I got a lot of sort of like resetting to do, to say the least. So a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to shoot a video about my land travels. This is a sailing channel. I keep it pretty strictly sailing, so I will definitely be filming some of my land adventures, which will probably include Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, maybe Laos, and who knows where else. But I'm not sure how I'll release that. Maybe I'll release it as like an unlisted video, and then if people want to check it out, they can, or maybe I'll just put it up as like a long format, single, self-contained land adventures. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, got the boat all dialed, gave it a good clean today, wiped all the first layer of mold off so I can re-wipe all the mold off when I get back, and I'm ready for some stillness and not stressing about being under anchor in storms and pushing gnarly miles and motoring for, I think we motored 1,600 miles this year. It all adds up. So yeah, this closes out this sailing season. So once the wet season's passed, I'll return and we'll resume our cruising of Indonesia, and then stick as planned, moving up to Singapore, Malaysia, and on to Thailand. So lots more Southeast Asia adventures coming on Tritea as well. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of ever-changing scenarios for me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to show you what I get up to, because I have no idea. Fair winds until next time.